Hi everyone, Grey Power 60 here. So I'm just kind of preparing some of my little pieces. What I've done is I have cut out some miniature envelopes and I've put them together. Sometimes I just cut them out and leave them, and I shouldn't. I've got some bows that I've made with my dies rather, and the same with some different heart shapes. I've got some like that. I've got some other shapes in here. And these are really tiny ones. Oh, I gotta stand up so I can see if I'm showing you. So different little ones. And then in here are little sort of flower shapes, some stars, circles. And these tiny little strips are on the back of the envelopes. Let me see. Yeah. The envelopes come with this little slit, and I don't know why. But I decided to save them because you can always use them for little whatever decorations. And I've got some circles and some not diamonds, some stars. And I've got regular, and I've got glitter paper, and I've got all kinds of things. So, let me sit down. I also cut out some circles. I've got some regular 1-inch circles, and I've got different colored. I'm using up some of my scrap papers to make this. Oh my God, I'm going to lose it again every time I go to talk about this. Scalloped, thank you, scalloped edge. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually preparing all of these little flowers and I'm putting these little pearl things in the middle just to have them ready so I don't have to think about it when I'm doing stuff. And then these are the little envelopes. I also, not that, that was here before. I also tried, now I thought I had regular square or rectangular rectangles. This was the only one, and I'm not happy with this. This was one that was comes from AliExpress, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but these little lines are really hard to get out, and I wasn't happy with this rectangle. The only other ones I had were let me grab this one here, were these kind of pretty wavy lines with the stitching around it. And what I did is I took, so this would be the inside. So when you cut it out, no, that's not how it cuts. Let me see if I can find one, because I was playing around. Anyway, it comes out regular. So I wanted to get that sort of photo mat, and I tried. So what I did is I took a smaller rectangle, and I put it in the center and kind of tried to measure and use washi tape to cut it out. And I put it up high, not centered, so that it would give me that little bit of that photo mat bottom. I've done it again here. And then I was watching Septeria 18, and this is what she did. I have a couple of pieces of vellum left. So I think it's a 1/2 inch, yeah, a 1/2 inch border there. And I tried to sort of mimic what she did just to give me some ideas. So she put a little envelope, she put a flower, she put a much bigger heart and a bow. And with this bow, I kind of wanted it to curl up a little bit so that it's not quite so flat. And that's you know, easily done by kind of squeezing it. So it kind of gives it that 3D. And then I had an empty space. So I had cut all of these little tea bags out and all of these little, I got mugs and I've got teacups. So there's kind of two. And then this is the little saucer. So I hope you can see that okay. And that's the little saucer with the mug kind of thing. So, and I was just playing around with it. So I thought, well, I'm going to put a tea bag in. I'm going to put a tea bag inside the envelope, and I put a teacup here. I'm not happy with this, but this gives me some ideas. And this is the part that was cut in the middle that can also sort of go with that as a set. So I'm kind of putting them together as sets if I can. So here's another one that I wanted to work on as well. I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be doing these, but right now I don't want to put blue vellum, and I think I have some pink vellum somewhere in my supply, so I will, I mean, I suppose I could put, this one has clouds on it. I suppose I could put the light blue in the background, but what I want to practice is decorating, layering and decorating, and that's what I need to learn to do. So I've got like a purple one here, and I've got a flower here. Now to find some hearts that are not going to be, see, mine aren't very big. She made the bigger ones, and I think I have a die for a bigger one, but I don't think I cut any out. I think that was the biggest one I cut out. Yeah, and then I got these smaller ones here that have the nice stitching on the side. So I've got a brown one. Anyway, I'm trying to sort of figure out how to layer things. And that's where I kind of get bogged down sometimes, is doing some layering. I got this big flower here, but then I wouldn't use this little flower. So, I could use this bicycle. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to learn to do right now, is not only layering, but also trying to come up with some, yeah, just layering. That's just basically what I'm learning to do, is trying to do all of this layering, trying to figure it out. The other thing I could do is what she did, is just cut a little piece of cardstock. So that is, so it could be a 1 inch white cardstock. I don't know if I have any handy. I don't know if I have any handy. Don't know what I have. No, I've got all these colors here. So I'm going to have to get myself some white. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sort of put things in sets. I'm trying to get all of the little flowers ready so that I don't have to think about those things. And I'm just kind of curling these in, adding a dab of hot glue, just a little tiny dab, just enough, even though I don't really need it, because these things are pretty darn sticky. So what color could I use? Let's try it pretty green here. Kind of like this green. And these are pretty sticky, but I have to be careful not to burn my fingers. And then I can just curl these up a little bit more. And oops, the problem with glue string, hot glue strings. There we go. And then I was playing around with bows, putting double bows on here, and I could actually put a flower right in there. That would be really pretty. Yes, it would. Let's do that. I had put a just a little circle piece in there, but I kind of like this flower in the center. Kind of matches the green and the gold with the little gold shimmer on here. So that's a bow that I have. Here's another bow that I made. These are just some leaves that I cut out in case I wanted to use leaves, you know. But I didn't. I did them with different colored DSP. I haven't used any single colors, plain colors. So now what I'm trying to do is figure out how to incorporate things, here's another one that I had over here. So now it's a matter of practicing layering things. So rather than taking this and starting to layer it, maybe I should be sitting there and creating things from, you know, these kind of tags, and then just start layering it, you know, using, this is, I think this was part of maybe it's tulle, I don't know. But, you know, bunch up some tulle, put it down, and add, I don't know, a flower. I mean, I don't know. I'm not good at this stuff. I'm not good at layering, so I got to kind of be motivated, watch things, some different things, Anyway, shabby chic is not my thing. I'm just not good at it. But I don't mind adding things like this. You know, it's already got things I love on here. I hate to cover that. You know, it's kind of pretty, but, you know, I could easily cut this up a little bit, add something, I don't know, onto it. It takes a lot of practice. I mean, I know people say, you know, don't overthink it. Don't worry about stuff. Don't overthink it. So I grabbed a couple of flag things cut and I just stapled them together. You know, I could easily kind of put that in the background and add it to, I don't know, a piece of paper. That blue doesn't look very good on there. You know. I don't know. I'm not good at that yet. I'm still practicing. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for tonight. I am just getting this all kind of cleaned up, organized. I was using my little sidekick there to cut out all of these things and cut out all of these bows, hearts, flowers, and stars, and then the envelopes, and then I glued all the envelopes together so that they're ready for whatever I might want them for. And that is what I'm doing now. So now I got to get my other little container here to put all the teacups and tea bags in, because I want to keep them all separate. And that is part of the problem too for me, is that I tend to kind of lump everything into a big box and then I can't find what I'm looking for. So I am trying to be organized. That's tea and teacups, and this one's going to be all leaves. I'm going to cut up some brown leaves and some green leaves and some different colored ones. So it just helps me. It helps me stay organized. And then, of course, I've got a tray full of stuff that I can grab from. So eventually I'll be able to put all of these flowers in here and they'll all be ready. This goes in a different, I have a different stack under my table. All right, that's it. That's what I am doing tonight. I'm just kind of cutting out things, using some dies that I haven't used in a long time and playing around with them. And then I took out a lot of these die cuts. I do have a container for all of these scalloped edges and circles. And I've got these hearts in here, but under my desk I have a container for hearts. I've also got all kinds of stamps that I haven't done anything with yet, but that's okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. I am just doing some crafty stuff. Oops, here's a cute little envelope. A cute little envelope. Die cuts. I gotta put these away. I gotta put these away. I have a place for all my flowers. I've also got a container for all my flowers. And that is what I am, and bows. I've also got a container for bows. Try and keep things a little bit organized. Anyway, so I was playing around. Septeria 18 has this. I think she sells them on her Etsy shop, but I was just trying to duplicate, trying to come up with something. I don't like this spread here. I don't know what I could do to make it more interesting. I don't know. All right. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time when I do some more crafting struggles. Oh, I forgot to show you something that I attempted and I hated it. I hated doing it. Isn't it awful? These are those sequin bows, and I just used this green baker's twine to put it together. I was watching, I can't remember. She's British. Putting this together. No, I was watching an American do this. Then I watched the British girl. It's trying to keep them all straight. And the British girl that was doing this kind of did a double layer of bows like this, with this one being in the center. But she did a lot of sewing. And I didn't want to do a lot of sewing. So anyway, there's a couple of girls, if I can remember to link them if you're interested. This was some red tulle that I had. It's very stiff, but it's also fine so that the glitter stuff, the little things don't come out of it. But then I don't have anything that small. So that was something else I was playing around with. This was my first attempt, and as you can see, it's falling apart. It was another piece of tulle that I had, and I tried it, but I found that this one worked better. It was stiffer, and yeah. I try all kinds of things just to see if I can do it, just to see if I can even attempt any of this stuff. So now you know what I've been working on, playing around with all kinds of things here. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.